Welcome in, everybody, to the JAKIB Halftime Show here on Wildcard Weekend. Philadelphia Eagles take a 10-0 lead into the halftime in a game that was up and down. Felt like we left a lot of points on the board, a lot of opportunities for the Philadelphia Eagles to kind of put this game out of reach, and they did not capitalize in the first half. They're up 10-0, and it feels like it could be 17 or even 24-0 in this game, and it's not. The Eagles have failed to capitalize on 3 first-half turnovers, so the defense has really showed up. Even just at the end of the half, they're recapping something for the benefit of it being right there. How do you not get points on that Zach Bond interception? You get the ball near the 50-yard line, 2 worm burners from Jalen Hurts into the dirt. I thought that was another missed opportunity. And I'll say this again, Saquon Barkley has 9 carries for 58 yards. Why do we not rely on him more? We had a chance with Green Bay on their heels to put them back, and they did not rely on Saquon. 3 first-half turnovers, everybody. The score is 10-0. Jalen Hurts started the game 6 for 6. He's now 6 of 13 for 39 yards and a touchdown. How about Jahan Dotson, by the way? Saquon Barkley, I mentioned, 9 carries for 58 yards. And Jahan Dotson, your leading receiver, with 11 yards. Jordan Love in the half was 9 of 15, 70 yards. And 2 touchdowns. He did not look great. But, again, it feels like the Eagles left a lot out there. To only be up 10-0 right now with 3 first-half turnovers is not where you want to be. But, nonetheless, they had the lead. Let's go to my man, John McMullen, live from Lincoln Financial Field, joining us now here on the JAKIB Halftime Show. Johnny Mac, welcome to the show, man. What'd you see out there in that first half, brother?
Well, tremendous start for the Eagles. You couldn't start any better with Oren Burks knocking the football out on the kickoff. You get the short field touchdown to Jahan Dotson, his first touchdown as a Philadelphia Eagle. The pass protection on that touchdown throw, Next Gen Stats had it at over 6 seconds. Nobody got closer than 2.5 yards to Jalen Hurts. Tremendous pass protection by the offensive line. And then it was sort of just stopped for both sides offensively. I mean, Green Bay couldn't do anything for most of the half. Josh Jacobs had a really poor first half, 10 carries for 25 yards, longest carry for 5 yards. I mean, you can't keep banging your head against that wall. Jordan Love with 2 interceptions. The one really good play by Darius Slay, who got banged up with an elbow but was able to return. The second one he didn't see Zach Bond coming in the back door in coverage and just tried to throw it over the middle of the field. That was a really bad interception. Jalen Hurts, as you mentioned, started 6 for 6, 0 for 7 from there. Eagles are 1 for 6 on third downs. I don't know why they stopped giving the ball to Saquon Barkley.
John, please. I don't understand it, John. He's running all over this team. They couldn't stop him from the very first carry. He picked up 11 yards, and they refuse to rely on it, John. What is the purpose there? Why not go to him and make him your bell cow until Green Bay proves they can stop it?
Yeah, and I think they will in the second half because the passing game's not working. Jalen Hurts only 39 yards passing in the first half. So I think they will lean on him. They'll get the football to start the second half. I would not be surprised to see heavy Saquon Barkley. He's been the second half player anyway. And if you get this lead to 17-0, come out, you're probably going to win the game pretty easily. But can't say enough about the defense. Nolan Smith had a tremendous first half. I don't think people realize the Eagles put him on kickoff returns to help deal with Keyshawn Nixon. They stop. He had a tackle there. He's been lights out in run support. Then he had the big sack of Jordan Love. What a game what a first half from Nolan Smith. And defensively as a whole, now the one negative, Kobe Dean out of the game, ruled out very early, carted off to the locker room.
Yeah,
that is not a good sign when they rule them out that quickly. And you can, we got a doctor here Ed Kratz. You can imagine some of the negative connotations that envisions in your people's minds.
Right.
Looks like a very serious injury for Nakobe Dean. Warren Burks came in, and obviously he had the big fumble, forced fumble on the opening kickoff. We'll see if Green Bay can kind of figure that out. Tucker Kraft has been one of the few bright spots, a little bit. You can't say much because they didn't move the football, but they may look for him in the middle of the field with no Nakobe Dean. We'll see how that shakes out. But right now, 101 yards. The magic season for Zach Bond continues. This defense has just been lights out the entire season, and they're just giving up 3.4 yards per play to the Green Bay Packers, who are typically an explosive team. Can't say enough about this defense.
I'll tell you this, and I'll ask you how the second half will play out. We just recap what went on in the first half, but to get 3 turnovers, John, in the first half for the defense, and to only go into the halftime with a 10-0 lead, especially with one of the turnovers where you were gifted the ball at the opponent 28-yard line, which they obviously capitalized on. But 10-0, John, I don't like that margin that we've left after probably getting the chunk of our turnovers. I'm not saying we can't get a couple more turnovers, but if the regression to the mean happens here, I don't think you built a big enough lead off the mistakes the Green Bay Packers made.
No, you probably should have a bigger lead right now. But again, you get the football coming out. I think that's important. I think they need to get points on that first drive, and I think everything will be fine if they're able to do that. If not, one play gets Green Bay back in the game. And for as poorly as they played offensively, if you take Saquon Barkley out of the equation, the Eagles are playing just as poorly. So it'd probably be wise to lean on him in the second half and lean on that offensive line, because the passing game is just not clicking right now.
No doubt about it. John, how do you see this second half playing out, man?
Like I said, the first drive is going to be big for me. If the Eagles are able to go down and score, I think essentially it's game over. If they come out with a 3-and-out, it's probably going to be tough, but it's hard to watch that Green Bay offense in the first half and imagine that they're going to be able to do much in the second half. I've been talking about it all week. They lean so much on Josh Jacobs. There's just nothing there. There's no explosiveness. And even if he gets it going and he moves the sticks, you don't have that ability to get the explosive play like Saquon Barkley has. So I don't like the way they're playing. But yeah, the Eagles should be up more than 10-0 after that first half.
No doubt about it. I don't think the Packers look very good. I think that's your best thing going right now. They don't look like a very good team right now, Johnny Mac. John, thanks for joining, man. We'll talk to you on the post-game show. All right, brother?
All right, thanks, Andy.
All right, good stuff there from John McMullen live from Lincoln Financial Field down at the stadium. Good takeaways there from John. I think, guys, three takeaways in the first half, and you're up 10-0. I mean, I saw a comment, and I'll get to everybody's super chats right now. By the way, I appreciate everybody watching the show right now. Don't forget to hit that like button, man. It's playoff time in the city of brotherly love. And while we'll talk about it all right now, just win the damn game. That's what I will maintain all throughout the playoffs. Just win, baby. I don't care how you do it. And right now we do have the 10-0 lead in the driver's seat because we're going to get the ball after halftime here. So we'll see what the offense can do. Hopefully they can capitalize on kind of getting that second half kickoff after you really got the first possession of the game. How about Warren Burks, creating that turnover on the very first play of the game on the kickoff, and the Eagles can, that's a big opportunity there that they capitalized on, and now you're going to get the ball back again here at the start of the second half. I'll go to some super chats now. Big thanks to everybody who left a super chat on the show today. Dover's Army checks in. Jalen can't complete a goddamn pass. A GD pass, I really should say. Sorry about that. Take a deep shot. Who cares? Get AJ involved. Should be up 20. You know what? You have AJ Brown. I think one of the best. I think the top 2 receiver in the NFL. Give me him over Justin Jefferson. I don't care who says otherwise. And you don't throw one slant. He's got one great catch and he's on the ground. Shows you how good of a player he is. And you don't get him more involved. That's where I don't love Kellen Moore, and I question him at times. How do you not, in a first-round playoff game in Philadelphia with a quarterback that's been out for 3 weeks, how do you not have a slant pass to A.J. Brown. Please, somebody who knows more about football than me, explain to me how that works. Nothing to A.J. Brown? It drives me crazy. Let's keep going here. Skid Marks checks in. Should be 23-0. I can't really disagree. Philly to Chicago, my guy. Abandoned the run again. Hurts def is rusty. Steichen is shitting himself. Hurts definitely looked a little rusty. I'll tell you what, he started off not rusty at all. Capitalized on the early turnover, stood in the pocket, completed the pass to Dotson. I thought he was getting the ball out quick. He had that throw to the left sideline to Devontae Smith. Thought that was a clean, good throw, quick decision-making there. Since then, 0 for 7, hasn't looked good, no doubt. Stay focused checks in. I want Tanner. This is some BS. Not yet, brother. Hang in there. Look, stay focused. It's playoffs. This is the time of the year you win by any means necessary. We don't need style points. We don't need it to look cute. We need to win the damn game. And right now we're winning the game. We'll talk about it after if they don't win, but I hear where you're coming from. The offense should have more points on the board. John checks in. McKeisters assemble. They will be assembling if Hurts can't get it together in the second half. Seesaw says, Jalen Squirt's going to cost us the game. I don't think so. Doug Walters, Hurts is terrible. Boy, you guys are hard on Hurts right now. Guys, he is coming back 3 weeks off a concussion, but I don't disagree. He's left a lot of opportunities out there. Relative Time Works checks in. Hurts got his bell rung on the one run where he didn't slide. Hasn't completed the pass since. He's seeing stars. I'm telling you. He did get his bell rung in Time Works. I think that was the play that he actually went back to the locker or to the not the locker room, the medical tent on the sideline. Potentially that was the play you're talking about there. Matt Angler says Tanner time. A lot of Tanner McKeisters in the chat. Jersey Dude checks in. 3 turnovers. We only have 10 points. Green Bay hanging around should be where. I agree. Look, my least favorite thing about where we are right now in this game is you get 3 first-half turnovers and you're up 10. I don't love that. I don't love the feeling of that. I feel like we should have capitalized more on what we were able to do. Even that Bond turnover at the end of the first. How do you not get points there? How? I don't you got the ball at the 50-yard line with 30, 40 seconds and all 3 are timeouts. You got to get points there, and they didn't do it. Khaled checks in. Hurts is so bad it's not even funny, and he's hurt. I don't think he's so bad, guys. Come on. You got to give him a little bit of a chance. Let him settle into the game. This is usual for Jalen. He typically puts together his better second halves, but I understand the frustration for sure. Brian Pumper checks in. Jalen Hurts once again has failed the city of Philadelphia. He bums praise Josh Dobbs 2.0 because he's a quote-unquote handsome SMH shame. Let's see what he can do in the second half here, Brian Pumper. John checks in. Good luck next week if Hurts makes it out of this game. Eric Lucetta says, any updates about Dean? He's been big for us. Eric, I am not a doctor. I will not profess to be a doctor. There are doctors in this world who are much smarter than I am. That did not look good. He went down, right? Immediately, he looked up, put his legs down, and looked for help. And then when he got up, he didn't want to put much pressure on it. Did put a little bit of pressure on it. Then he was carted off. And then, as John pointed out, they very quickly ruled him out for the game, which typically means they don't need much further evaluation to know that something is wrong. So, pinch me if I'm wrong here. I don't know if Nakobe Dean will be back for the rest of the playoffs. That looked like it could have been bad to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Matt NG says, it's BS that Kellens ain't getting to the quicks. I guess you're talking about quick slant. Yeah, I don't understand it, Matt Ng. Again, you have a quarterback coming off a 3-week break, 3-week hiatus with a concussion. He was nursing the finger, hasn't been at practice in 2.5 weeks. You have the best receiver in football in A.J. Brown, who's unguardable in the slant by any metric. Doesn't matter what cornerback's on him. And you don't throw it once? And the whole I don't understand that. And those are the kind of plays that really drive me crazy. Game's coming back here, guys. We'll get out of here now. Sushi Kid checks in. This is like week 1, but now Eagles got the turnovers. Week 1 Packers got the early turnovers and are held to 10 points. You'll be worried. I don't really know what you're saying there, brother. We got to capitalize more, no doubt about it. Game's coming back, everybody. Enjoy the second half. Thanks for tuning in on the halftime show. We will catch you after the game on the post-game show. Hit that like button, everybody. Enjoy the second half about to kick off.